So Putin achieved what he came here to get. He got the meeting. He came on American soil, shook hands with the president. He got the photo op. It's a major win for Putin. As far as Trump is concerned, and I said this last night, I think this is purely for him, for the photo op. This does nothing for the American side. The only way to stop this war is to put additional pressure on Russia. That's it. By arming Ukraine, additional sanctions on Russia. Otherwise, it's an unequivocal surrender, an unconditional surrender. That's it. You either need to fight the war and win the war, or make it such that the cost of continuing is such that Putin will come to an agreement, which Trump seems unwilling to do because we're just out of options. Short of arming Ukraine with long-range weapon systems that can hit Moscow, short of secondary sanctions that are going to hurt the prospect of a trade deal with India and China, short of putting restrictions on Russian energy that are going to hurt our economy, there's nothing else we can do to Russia. Every option is unattractive to escalate against Russia. We're unwilling to do any of these things. So Trump has been issuing these ultimatums saying if Putin does not come to the table, we're going to put the screws in. But we're unwilling to escalate. There are no options left on the table for us to escalate where we're okay with the cost or the risk. So this is where Trump, in order to save face a couple of weeks ago, to back down from his ultimatum, said, okay, well, we don't need to impose secondary sanctions because we have this meeting with Putin. But that does nothing for us. Putin gets to come here and then go home and continue the war. Maybe this is all premature. Maybe there was some breakthrough. But if there was, we don't have it on paper yet. So Trump said he's calling NATO, he's calling Ukraine, he's going to run it by them. Maybe there'll be a forthcoming meeting. We don't know that. But as it stands, the war in Ukraine is still active. But Putin got the meeting anyway. So, you know, you just got to wonder, what is the end game here on the part of the United States? They should just cut the aid to Ukraine. Ukraine does not want to give up the territory. Let the front line collapse. Cut the aid, let Ukraine fail, and let them deal with Russia. If you really want the war to end. But of course, we're not privy to all the negotiations behind the scenes. We don't know what Trump is saying to Zelensky. We don't know the conversation with Putin. I guess we'll have to see what happens next week if there's any announcements, or I'm sure there will be leaks. I'm sure there'll be some planted story in the coming days that will tell us generally what happened during the meeting. But as of right now, we just have no idea. But it seems like it was a whole lot of nothing